toxic cycle for their own mishaps.
Yes, that's
Some
the point.
You're not like they're not
That's the
gonna.
fucking
It,
point. Like,
It's not
11
everybody-
years is
if
wasted.
he
You
finds
know,
out that
and my guy was
that
telling me
it's
that
cheated.
if she loses the baby or she's having an abortion, I
She-
know he kind
Yeah,
of
like-
he was
Yeah,
kind of
11
thinking about
years,
breaking up.
it's a-
Like if there's no
it's a
baby in
tragic
like a
way.
year, that's it. You know. Like,
Yeah,
She needs
11
to. She needs to
years.
accept the
Yeah.
fact that her bond or whatever is broken and dead, and he
Yeah.
needs to accept the fact that he needs to be okay with that. Just that idea,
We're not
because he can
talking
see
about
that very
her,
clearly.
dude.
And if
We're
you go
not fucking
cheat,
talking about her.
it can push the situation off the edge to basically what he wants, which is a breakup, because he knows.
Yeah, but I think fucking hell, I've been trying to like get my dude like to talk her into getting counseling, you know, into getting help.
Yeah,
but
because
fucked
No,
up
no.
because she doesn't want to, and I don't think it's a
Then
feminine.
Yeah,
thing,
that's-
he needs
that's
but
to just
manipulative.
walk
stubborn.
away, cut his losses, man. He needs to
Oh my
cut his
God.
losses and walk away.
Yes.
Yeah, because
This
for him,
fucking
it's
fuck
like,
guy,
oh, what was I gonna say? Fuck.
We're not talking about her. This guy's in a waste. Like, he's been 11 years in. That's tragic, but it happens. If he invests and he cheats, it's a band-aid situation. Like, then he's in it for
The thing is-
15
the thing
years.
is-
And 11 years. Stop interrupting, you fucking
stop
kid.
inter-
Like, 11 years is better than wasting 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. So, 11
And
years is a
bringing-
waste.
Yeah, but at
And
least
that's
he
it.
gets a kid out of it, and like, that was
No,
like the entire
bringing a
purpose of
kid
it.
into the situation, that's the thing. Bringing the kid into a situation makes it worse.
It's
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 horrible.
worse
toxic.
because my
It
guy
is
is
worse.
healthy. My guy can provide. My guy can put that kid
No,
in
it's not
a really
healthy.
beautiful place.
Do you know what it's like to
Not
live
if it
in a
turns
house
unhealthy.
with a chick that doesn't like you and is miserable?
I know, because that was my life. My father and my mom decided to stay together because of me, you know.
The
And
thing
my
is,
life was a living nightmare as a child.
the thing is, even though he invested 11 years of his life or whatever the fuck, he's still he's with someone he doesn't even know anymore, basically. Because I'm pretty sure that relationship, they're not the same people when they were on year 1, year 5, or honeymoon phase or whatever the fuck.
Yes,
So it's
thank
like-
you, my friend. Exactly. So bringing a kid into the world is going to make it more miserable. It's going to cause more
Yeah.
separation.
Yeah,
So
but
on
she
and so
has a house. The guy bought a house for her. You know, the guy
But
said
whose
that
name
she's
is it
gonna
under?
she's gonna let her keep the house and also provide
Oh
for
my
the
God.
kid if that were to be the problem. You know, but
But the thing is, with owning, even if you own a house, it could still be taken away if you don't pay property taxes, if they have HOA.
well, he's
You know,
gonna
there's things that
cover
gotta get
that
paid.
shit. You know,
For the rest of her life?
not for the rest of his life until the kid is like 18. And that's it.
Oh, okay.
Bringing
Okay,
bringing a child into the world ties you to that person as well. So I mean, maybe subconsciously he's like, I just want to hold
My-
on to this person, even
my
though
other
he
thing-
knows it's unhealthy
yeah.
for him.
I
That-
have
that could be
another
something
take.
too.
I have another take that this will solve itself out if there's the baby, and the moment they see that fucking baby, you know, they will start to like
They requilish their love.
understand. You know, yeah.
Oh, you'd hope so, but
It's either that happens or the complete opposite happens.
Yeah, either that happens, either when you have that baby, you start to realize and you start to like
you get more
give
crazy.
up on your ego, because I think that's ego right here, you know,
Yeah.
main issue.
because you got another human being to like consider rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yourself.
start thinking of all that
That's
shit.
But gambling on that is crazy, and I told my dude, you should. I don't know.
Well,
I personally, I met. You know, the fucked up part is that I met his girlfriend for a period of time. We even were living together in the fucking house. You know,
Go on.
I never saw her to be like that. You know,
Oh.
it's just.
She's probably one of those people that shit only happens once everyone else is gone. Maybe she's one of those people.
Well, maybe it's
You'll be
just a
surprised.
dynamic. She needs to find attraction in him again, and like I don't know what's
I don't know.
happened for them to break down like that. It's just weird.
Right.
Has he asked?
I think
Like, what has he told you?
I can only
Well,
think
why-
that she assumes things for him. Like she thinks her
I
own
think-
shit, and she thinks that's what he's feeling.
No, I mean, she,
think
in
she's
the
like-
past, in the past, they had fights about him smoking weed, And my guy went to the full length of he even stopped. My guy who was used to like smoke every day stopped for like a year. You know.
I think Froggy,
but that didn't solve anything. You know, my guy stopped smoking it for a year.
Yeah.
Nothing changed. You know, the same.
But they were still arguing.
You know, if he wasn't smoking weed, she would get mad because he would, I don't know, not take a shower every morning or something like that. Some weird shit like that.
Also, she's just a nagger.
Yeah,
she's
like a nagger, basically.
She's like nagging and all that. Oh hell no.
10 years is hard. Being with the same chick for 10 years is hard domestically, like seriously. Unless you've done it, you don't.
I mean, depending on how they're raised as a woman as well, yeah. Because then they're gonna believe all the social conditioning that they absorbed, and they're not gonna see the real world until like they have to.
But Froggy, I think Litter does have a point in the separation thing, as in.
Oh yeah, she definitely has a lot of points.
Like, this guy sounds like he's got money, right? So say he moves out and rents a place out for like 2 months. Chicks will do this. Like, if he moves, like, temporary separation bullshit. Like, if he goes, we're breaking up, doesn't cheat, moves out, give it 2 months, she might find the flame again. Like, if she's away from him for a couple months, she might be, like, on the phone messaging him, going, like, come back.
That or...
I mean, that's, you know what, that's bound to happen, because if she didn't work ever since she finished high school, she never worked a day in her entire life, you know.
That's where the real world comes in.
Yeah, she's gonna face the cold hard truth of, you know,
that's the
reality, you know, and that's tough.
I mean, the thing is that shit for some people is actually good for them, even if they don't like it. Because they need to get.
But if she's gonna come back after that, I think she's gonna be in the position of understanding that she's a fucking slave, basically, to this guy.
Slave?
The thing is, he shouldn't enable her being in that position either. Unless he like truly just doesn't give a shit about her, and she's like, oh, you know, she just sits there. I get what I want from her. I'm okay with that. She takes care of the kid. I'm cool with that. Like, if he really doesn't give a shit, then you know that's their relationship, whatever. But
I mean, he wants the kid. He wants the kid. Even if she removes him from her life, you know, the guy still wants the kid.
Yeah.
So he's gonna provide for her.
I get, like, why did he want the kid with her though?
Because
like,
he invested 11 years, dude. And
okay.
Yeah, they already have that love established.
Well, I think what he really wants is he wants the situation between him and her to improve, and I think he's using this kid as hope that having this kid will change things. But
yeah, he's using it as hope, because my fucking guy, I think, invested $500,000 in this girl over this time, you know.
The thing also is, if her behavioral patterns refuse to change or alternate, whatever the fuck, nothing's gonna change. It doesn't matter what arc or what chapter you put into their story. If that's how she is, then go ahead, Glitter.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm sorry, I was disagreeing with you. I'm sorry.
It's like Glitter said it in the first place, I guess. Like, he has to cut his losses and move on, I guess.
Matt, was there something you were gonna say? Oh, I don't think he's there. What?
Yeah.
Damn, but that situation fucking.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, dude. I'm being trapped into this, you know, because I have this guy, I know her, and you know, he's my best friend.
I was gonna say, since she knows she doesn't work, she doesn't pay the bills, and that if he leaves, well, you know, the inevitable, you're gonna have to pay your bills. She could also, you know, maybe she's not like that, but she could also be using the baby as a manipulation tactic.
I don't know if
I've
she
been
wanted
thinking about it, like, it was...
It doesn't sound like she wanted it though.
Yeah. I mean, she's smoking, dude. She didn't quit on smoking, like.
Yeah, because if you're doing shit that's gonna harm the kid, and you obviously don't give a shit.
It's not the person who I know that wouldn't quit smoking the moment you find out that you're pregnant. No, she's smart. I talked with her. She's but she's doing it now, like. What am I supposed to understand? Is this a dig at me? Is she trying to manipulate him through me? No.
Yeah, because that sounds like manipulation tactics. Like if you go on ChatGPT and you just type, write me a list of manipulation tactics, you'll see a whole bunch of shit, or even on Google, whatever. And that sounds like one of those things.
What kind of manipulation tactic? Like not having the child or having the child?
So if you're having a child and you already know your relationship's fucked up or whatever, you can use the child to manipulate the man to your demands, because you can already see that's his weakness and that's his vulnerability.
Isn't that like what he's trying to? He's wanting to have the child to
they both
sort of
want to have the child.
Yeah, I don't know.
He wants to have the child to improve the relationship and love that he has with her. She wants to have the child so that she doesn't have to be forced into a different situation that she doesn't want to be forced into.
No, I don't think she wants or she doesn't want. She doesn't want the child, right? So if she doesn't want the child, then how is she using it against him?
That's if she has the child. Like the
manipulation
yeah, that's like after, if she has the child.
She keeps on smoking and eating trash, so I don't think she wants the child. But
because imagine she had the child, right? And then her nagging gets 10 times more worse. And then when it comes to an argument, oh, but you had this kid with me. And that's his, let's say that's his weakness. Like, you know, he wants to be an honest man, or maybe he had a past with his father, blah, blah. He wants to be a really good father. You can get easily controlled, because manipulation is just control. That's all it's for.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but I also understand that she didn't want the child in the first place. So it's like the fact, because we've got to remember the circumstances leading up to this. It's like she didn't want to have sex with him, and then she does, and then she gets pregnant. It's like this whole situation that's fucked up.
Yeah. They were on the brink of, like, you know, breaking up, and then she got pregnant out of nowhere, and the guy verified twice to just be sure that it's actually happening, and it's happening, you know.
Is it his child? Are we sure about this? What if it's not his child?
No.
What's also has he ever mentioned like when he had sex with her, if she ever said stop, if she ever said, hey, I don't like this, do they ever communicate their sexual desires to each other even? Because I feel like that's very important when it comes to making love.
I mean, he's my friend, and along the years, he told me about, you know.
Because you know those situations.
They tried they tried some like sexy lingerie and.
Yeah, they tried stuff, experiment.
But she wasn't entirely into it.
I don't know.
The guy was understanding.
This girl thinks about the please. I'm sorry.
but that manipulation shit, that's only like an opinion. First of all, it's not a fact, and it's only after like how things may play out.
We also don't know until
I think she's a gold digger. That's if the guy,
like a bad
if they break up, she's gonna keep the house. So
that's a fair point. I don't think she's a gold digger.
Nope.
But to be fair, if you've never worked, like you left high school, you've never worked, you're
gonna be scared.
Hard bullshit. Your other half provided for you the entire. It'd mess you up in the head. It'd be very difficult.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, but the guy trusted her so much that he didn't even question the fact that he's gonna lose the house. The moment they bought it, they bought it in her name. You know, in her name, because
I'm thinking, like, imagine you left school, and obviously the expectation is you go to work, and you didn't go to work, and you've spent now 10 years, we'll say 5 years, I don't know how this guy is, like
11.
Not having to work as guy, girl, doesn't matter. Like the norm, like you'd be so insecure, it'd be so frightening. Go back to work.
I mean, there's people that are in their 40s and 60s and are working jobs that 18-year-olds work at. So there's some people that like they just don't give a shit. They just go to work.
No, but my point is, she didn't go to work for a couple of years, then hook up with someone, and then stop working. Like,
or maybe she thinks about I understand your point of view, and it just came to me that she may just use the baby to get money from him. For like 18 years.
Child support?
Yeah, the child support.
What about cash from the government?
I mean, would he be okay with that possibility though?
My guy, because he cares about the kids, so he's not gonna
question. So would he try to fight?
I feel like they're dependent on each other. like she's staying with him because, well, she's not working, right? So she's lost her attraction somehow. I don't know how this happened, but somewhere along the line she's lost her attraction towards him.
It's a dumb relationship, so to say.
So their relationship is not working and she doesn't want to have sex with him, right? But then she can't leave him because she's also kind of, in a sense, dependent on him. But then he doesn't want to leave her either, because, yeah, he's invested how many years into her, you know, and also all the money that he puts into.
No, we don't care about the money.
The money doesn't
matter. You don't care?
Me and my guy, if we work together, we can buy 2 houses in like.
But that's what you, like, beforehand you said all those years, like you all those years together, that he's invested. So you invest emotionally, you invest financially, you invested in her.
I wasn't speaking about financially, so to say. No, emotionally.
I mean, like,
with
I
this
think
girl,
it all matters. Like, all together, he's invested so much.
Have invested in this relationship, both of them. Whether she doesn't work, he's got money. Both of them have invested in this relationship on the idea it's going to work. And now, the
like
situation,
but
10 years later, where they're like, this is fucked up, and they don't know.
If she wants child support, why is she still smoking?
Oh, that's true. I mean, she's probably So one thing that I think is also very important to input is how her way of thinking and how her brain's hemispheres or whatever the fuck is being affected by being even like early stages of pregnancy, nausea in the morning. It's so.
Or maybe if she loses the child, she's gonna use that to guilt trip him again. That's gonna be a double-edged sword too.
Is the person located
Of course, it will be a traumatic event. To lose the child will be horrible.
Yeah, that sounds like some cold-hearted shit.
But I don't think it's gonna be for her because she's smoking. She wants to lose the child.
The mission of a night.
She wants to hurt the guy one more time before the guy.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Before the guy completely abandons her.
But you see, this is when I go back to. She's probably thinking, you know, they've been together for I don't know how many, whatever years, 11. And she's probably thinking about shit for him, like, oh, I know how this guy is, I know how his character is, I know exactly everything he's thinking about. She could be like that type, you know, cuckoo. Because there's a lot of girls, they fall madly in love with their guy.
And she's smoking
like
that much, dude. And she's smoking that much, and she successfully has a child, maybe he's gonna have fucking problems.
You have to take into play she's a chick. Right, so you're like, she's doing it on purpose.
Here we go.
Yeah. Baby. But, I mean, no, I'm not being a dick. Like, they were going to break up, right? They've been together for 11 years. She's gotten pregnant. So you have to incorporate the fact that she's gotten pregnant. She has hormones going through her, and she was in a situation where they were going to break up. So she's already in a negative mindset, and she's gotten pregnant. So mentally, she's not in a very positive place. So I think the idea that she's intentionally smoking cigarettes consciously and intentionally and logically to get rid of the booty is a male way of thinking, is what I'm saying. I think she's a lot of pressure.
I mean,
it's almost like you said she's premeditated, like she's manipulating, but we don't know because, it's just like you said.
We don't have enough evidence to know.
We don't know,
I mean, I can tell you stuff, but you know, all the things I've seen only the good side because she's hiding it.
The thing is, even if she were to take that route, all the people that have taken routes like that end up getting fucked over. Every single one of them. Like, you can see people be happy on the outside, but you'd never know how much they're suffering on the inside when they're all by themselves and all alone. For the people that take routes like that
I mean,
it hurts them in the end. And then the other person just moves on.
Fucking relationships are hard, man. This shit happens all the time. It's really
man. This shit happened to you, hasn't it?
What?
No, I've got no kids and I've been in a relationship for 20 years. I mean, bitch be crazy sometimes.
Damn.
Well, I was the lucky one. I got cheated on after 4 years.
Damn.
Well, wait, I guess to be fair to you, Pot, I've been with the same chick since we were both 17. She's like 6 months younger than me. And I'm 38 and we're still together, but we have no kids. So yeah, I hooked up with a chick where we both had no idea about relationship.
What do you mean?
I learned a lot about.
You cheated on her? Is that what you're saying?
Well, what was that?
You cheated on her?
Me?
No. I'm saying
No.
neither of us had any idea of relationship dynamics. So we've had to go through all of the hurdles and all of the male-female situations together and all of the pitfalls.
The thing is, I
ongoing
think
that we didn't figure out beforehand because we
relationships
Okay,
are not
bottom
easy.
line.
I think that's very healthy because
But-
you don't have someone or the outside influences telling you how you should treat your partner. So I think that's actually a good thing.
So bottom line,
Go
and the
on,
whole
Sagar.
point of this entire conversation we had, what do you guys suggest that I should tell my friend?
What you should tell him.
Yeah, you know all
Hey,
the
hold on.
variables in this story. Now you guys tell me because that's why I was bring up.
Can you do a very short summary of the recent? What's the most recent thing that's happening again? That's very short.
Most recent thing that happened again. He told him that she was faking it. You know?
Oh, that's the recent part?
Yeah. Recent.
Oh, I thought that happened like already months ago type of thing.
No.
Oh.
Wait. Me personally, she's been pregnant for what, a month? Is that what you said?
No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Actually, yeah.
2 weeks. So I
Yeah,
think
no.
all of this conversation we've had, I think if you're going to be real, he should sit down and have a conversation with her and have serious. They've been together for 11 years, right? So attraction, not attraction, they know each other.
They
so
already
he
had
should-
this conversation or where things are going, and she told him that he's gonna go away and he's gonna leave her the house, and that's it.
Yeah. Good. They should. But you get what I'm saying. You knew exactly where I was.
But after
they should sit down
after
and
that she
figure out.
brought the stories that she got pregnant, and they decided.
So I don't know what you should tell your friend, but I know what I should tell you. No matter what you tell him, just make sure you don't step in between it and let them do their thing, I guess.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's what you've always been doing, but that's what I can tell you, because I've been in that situation, not 11 years or like that serious.
No.
But I've been in a situation where these two people like each other, they're no good for each other, they start being toxic to each other.
No,
And
I'm
man,
not that kind of person. I'm not
yeah,
that kind
it's
of
so
person.
pointless.
I'm always objective. Right now, I'm just,
No,
right now I
dude,
have
let
to
him-
be invested for
let
the
him
sake of
speak.
my friend.
Yeah,
He's
you gotta look out
giving
for
you
your buddy.
advice. He's been in the same situation. Just let him give you his advice about somebody else's relationship, because I think it's important what he has to
Yeah.
say.
I was gonna say, what does he want to do again? Like, what does he want to do?
He wants to have sex.
Okay, but with
He
that
wants to
situation,
That's
with
my
that
body. My
situation-
body feels like she didn't. My body feels like he didn't got enough fun in life.
Yo,
you know?
CJ, let me see a pull up, CJ. Let me see a pull up. Yes, sir. All right. Damn, man, that's because you know all guys. If we're talking about like just boys circle and just guy talk, yeah, he should go fuck all the bitches he want. He makes the money. He already tried genuinely solving the blah blah blah. You know, that's guy talk.
Yeah.
But on a real, like on a friendship level, should he do it? Like as your friend to what you want to say to him, should he do it?
I think he should do it.
Goddamn.
In this setup, I think he should do it and never talk about it. And I'm gonna even help him. You know.
I'm not a cheater. Each to their own, but I'm not a cheater.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If
It's
you
like,
know how,
wow, from this conversation, that's what we got. Yes, he should cheat. After all that.
I'm gonna tell you right now that she's gonna be able to find out because of how incredibly
Exactly.
unstable she is. Why? Because that's just how they are. It's gonna be something that's gonna revolve around her head and never leave until she just keeps on saying it and gets the truth.
Yeah, and I kind of have to prepare my body
And
right
also,
now. I have to
once you're
prepare my
cheated
body for
on-
two theories, two situation. The first situation and the worst
Oh,
one.
for him
she's
being.
She's gonna lose the kid. If she's gonna lose the kid, my body is gonna be hurting, and I think it's gonna put a stop to that relationship.
Because if she really does want to get one last laugh out of the situation, like what this dude was saying, then it's gonna happen. Because what Matt was saying is true, that bitches can really be cold like that. So
Yeah.
so
But
he
if they have the kid,
for himself.
But also, it's just gonna. If she finds out that he's cheated, after that, it's very hard to build trust. It's easy to lose trust, but then after that, you're fucked. The relationship
that's
is
gonna be like
already.
Well,
The
he
relationship
doesn't
is already on a shaky ground. So
come
to
on,
do that, she's never
buddy-
gonna trust him again.
my
What's-
buddy
what's
has
the-
me. That he's not gonna get caught, you know. It's not.
So I'm not worried about him getting caught, but what I'm also worried about, what she was saying, she can also, let's say she feels like she got cheated on, but now she's definite about it, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
She can make him very vulnerable, loving, and then when it's her time to strike, she's gonna strike. Whatever it's gonna leave him the most heartbroken type of scenario.
Yeah.
If he were to cheat, because then
We're thinking the worst, bro.
yeah,
We're thinking
because
the
it's like.
cold and that
Because like,
shit.
look for the guys, it's a complete I don't care situation. Like at the end of the day, that's what it is. Because
Or humanity kicks in when they see the baby, and everything solves itself,
or that basically.
and the problem solves itself, you know, just because
That's
humanity-
like the
that's
best
nice.
case scenario.
That would
I mean,
be
we're
great.
mammals after all, so mammals
Yeah.
go together.
That makes sense.
I think we should tell him that they should use the baby as the linchpin. Like, you can have arguments with your other half, that's cool, because it's just you and her, right? She can get crazy. I can relate to that. But
Yeah.
maybe you could use the baby involved to be like,
can get
look,
crazy too.
we have to discuss the situation that we're going to do moving forward.
Yeah.
For the sake of the baby. Do you want it? Do you not want it? Do we want to stay together? Do we not want to stay together? It's not going to work first time around when he brings it up, but you know what I'm saying? I think you should use the baby as an issue
wanna-
to be like, where are we going to go from here? Let's try and come up with direction
But-
to go together, whether we're going to stay or split. Like, let's have an adult conversation and figure this shit out one way or the other. I think that would be the best approach. Whether he cheats or not, I'm talking about the baby factor. Like,
Yeah.
Wait, is that when after the baby happens, or like its current state?
like now. Like, because he said he tried to have a conversation with her before she got
Yeah.
knocked up. So now that she knows
Oh,
she's pregnant, like, let's figure this shit out for the baby's sake. Like, are we going to keep it? Are we not going to keep it? Are we going to stay together? Are we not going to stay
They
together?
want to keep it. They want to keep it.
Let's have a conversation and figure this shit out one way or the other. I think that is what you should do.
Honestly,
Hey, was he breaking up with her when she brought up that she's pregnant?
No.
Okay.
oh, that's a good sign. I was gonna say, how much longer do you think he can hold up with his sex shit? Would he? All right, so let me put it in a more specific scenario. Would he be able to hold up until the baby happens?
That's fucking no.
No, right? Because that's a long time.
9 months.
Nah, he's gonna
Yeah.
hold it up, and chicks go crazy in the 7th month. The hormones start to kick in. They
Yeah,
wanna
'cause you know
fuck
hormones.
continuously.
Chicks can get
Honestly-
horny during pregnancy.
Yeah, they get
too, though,
horny on the 6th or 7th month. Or something like that.
Because that's his problem. He just wants to bust a nut, but he can't do it. Like, you know,
Exactly.
he needs that
Dude, my guy even
emotional
bought a
bust a nut.
fucking flashlight. Imagine having to use a flashlight with the wife in your fucking house, dude. It's
Yeah, I don't know.
disgusting.
What?
You know?
Jerk the fuck
Oh
off.
my god.
Because what I can also see, let's say he did cheat, right? Let's say he just went for that direction, that option. What I can also see is his desire severely, like, getting off of his body or whatever. Like, that side of him is, like, getting brushed off.
Well,
And it's a good amount of it.
Fucking hell! I even got I got a back memory just popping up in my mind. She told him a couple of times that porn is cheating. That he shouldn't even watch porn.
No.
Oh, she's one of those.
Yeah.
Alright, that's...
What
Alright,
not
listen.
giving
Porn
to
and
me?
masturbating is cheating.
But
Like,
she's
what the
not
fuck are you gonna put
giving
like a
me.
lock
Like-
on the guy's dick and that's it?
Alright, glitter. So, you're a woman. would you give a guy sex if he's not emotionally reciprocating you the way you want to be reciprocated?
What do you mean? If we're not emotionally connected?
Yeah, like you don't feel that emotional strife to even bother to want to have
Let me
sex
put
with
it a different way. Would you give a guy sex if you feel like an object while doing it?
Exactly.
No, obviously not.
So that's probably how she may be feeling, because she knows that he really needs to bust a nut. But what she doesn't understand from that false ideology is that he genuinely actually loves her.
Yeah.
No, that's bullshit.
Like that's what she doesn't understand about the sex part. Is like the way the male. Now this is where this guy said male and female. The way the male brain is constructed, just like how the female's feelings and emotional structure is placed for the female.
No, I call bullshit. After 11 years, girls like to be objectified. Like on the surface area, it's.
I don't think so.
I'm not.
I've seen.
Yeah, but of course you don't. On the surface area, it's like I don't just want to be used for sex. But after 11 years,
yeah,
like, no, after 11 years,
no.
You want, like, you obviously got feelings there.
Yeah,
so it's like
you don't understand a woman if that's what you're saying.
I feel like women and men, like, so you know, do you know the 5 love languages?
Physical touch, communication,
affirmation, words of
bonding,
affirmation,
affirmations.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've heard of them. So like everybody's got like their top one. So like for me, like I
Specific
like
love language.
Yeah, specific love, like how you receive it and how you like giving, right? And some people are more like, you know, one of their top ones is, and if I would say for a lot of guys would be like physical touch, right? No, I'm curious because like what he's struggling with is she's not giving him any affection. So that's hurtful in itself because it's like it's not just, he's not just thinking about sex, about like for him, like that's part of you showing him love as well. And like even for me, like if someone's not like hugging me or showing me physical affection, like if they're not like that in a relationship with me, then it's just not going to work for me very well because it's like it's one of my needs, right? And we all got like we've all got the 5 love languages, all those needs. Everyone likes all of them, but there are certain ones that are more affect us more. So like acts of service, like when someone does something for you, that's a good one. Or like some people need words of affirmation a lot more. Like some women need to be told I love you a lot more.
Reassurance is love language too.
Reassurance. I mean, we basically, all of us want all of them, but then there's specific ones that we might want more than others,
that,
like a preference type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, very well. And in contrast, that's what I mean by to be objectified, to put it crudely. Like, it might not be a whole thing, but every now and then, a chick just likes to be told she's pretty and grabbed. And
every now and then, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't use the word objectified, like make you like an object. Like I think that's like by grabbing a woman and like kind of taking that control and leadership.
That's alpha male.
Yeah, it's more that than it is.
It's a sign of affection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my guy is good looking, man. My guy is...
The thing is, so like with her, is she insecure type person? Like, would you say she's an insecure type person?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to say she's gonna have this constant mental block. It's gonna be completely biased off past experiences with him, like their arguments or their frustrations that they have with each other. So that when he does show affection, she's probably gonna automatically make herself feel and think that like, oh, he just wants something out of me, or he just wants this, he wants that. Which you know is called self-sabotage, because a lot of women self-sabotage themselves.
And that's the thing
Sounds like
You
something.
need to give love to receive. See, her love language might not be physical touch, might not be
It
like
could
up
be
the top
emotional
there,
touch.
right?
Yeah.
So he needs to give her kind of like what her needs are for her to, for then the relationship to become a little bit more positive, and then she can give him. Then she feels like, for a woman, like, I'm just speaking for myself really, but like for
Yeah.
me to feel like, when I feel safe and comfortable, that's when like I feel like I can be vulnerable in that way with that person, like where I want to be intimate with that person. Like it's to do with the guy making me feel a certain way and making me feel protected, making me feel safe, like I can be with that person and
Like, no
and yeah,
worries.
like
And
just,
she's not feeling it anymore.
and
Like,
if you're not feeling it, it's not happening. But then for him, the same thing. If he's not getting anything from it, nothing at all, like, because it might just start with at least like a,
And he's
like
paying the bills.
touching.
she's refusing. I think she's
If
refusing
he's
out of
like
spite
that,
to
that
do
shit,
anything.
that shit is hurtful. That's hurtful to a guy, to a girl, to
Yeah.
anyone. Like, it's
Like,
shit.
but
It's
But this
rejection.
point,
That's what that is.
He feels
but this
like
point is
shit.
whatever this chick's primary love language is, which he should know, whether it's affirmation, gifts, or something else. Obviously, not physical affection, like, but something else. If he
Whatever it
knows
is.
what her love language is, and he does it first, he'd probably find she's gonna then reciprocate.
I think
Well,
so. That's
You
what
know
I
what?
believe.
You know what my guy
That would
told
be
me
my
today.
advice.
I spoke with my guy today, and he at the end of the conversation he told me, I think it was like a joke, but I think it's the part called truth, is that now I go back and I will look, you know, I will see the look in her eyes, you know, and it's gonna make me feel like shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Wait, feel like shit about what?
just the look in her eyes, like
Oh.
yeah, she's giving
You
him
know-
the look like he's
You-
nothing, you know, like his, you know, she's.
I get that.
You know what? Also, it can be. Well, I want to say two things, but go first, Matt.
I was just gonna say that's the problem with long-term relationships. It's like, who goes first? Like, in
Yeah.
this like we're on about, like, she's like, I want him to do my love language first, then I'll feel appreciated, and then she'll reciprocate. But he, at the same time, if you're looking at a girl and you're not getting anything, then it's very, very disheartening.
It's very
He's
hard,
like-
because when you're
Yeah.
when you
he's
feel
like, I
rejected.
want her to show me my love language first, then I'll reciprocate. So it's a
Yeah,
bit of
sure.
a
Yeah. Well,
They're
when
at
he
a
looks at
checkmate
her, he
standstill,
just feels
it's not good.
disappointment, you know. Just
I was gonna say what also sucks for his side of the situation is that he could take the first step, but then now he has to take another 3 steps, and after those 3 steps, he might get a chance of seeing her vulnerability again, seeing her be normal. Might. But then if he doesn't,
but
he would have to take
it's
another
way
5
better.
steps, and that sucks.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but like, what's the alternative, right? And if the alternative is to maybe we'll go behind her back and cheat and do things that way, and then say she finds out, then you're just taking more and more steps backwards. Like, it's just a situation of none of it's being like resolved ideally.
Could also
Like,
track himself.
you're not actually working on the relationship at all. Instead, we're using a band-aid, and like, it seems like he really cares about her. He doesn't want to walk
Yeah.
away. She doesn't want to walk away from him. So why make the situation worse rather than somebody just put aside your ego and do what's best for the both of you?
The thing
Well,
is,
wait.
the
That's
thing is,
good. That's good, Froggy. That's a thought process. Like give it, like, you can turn around to your friend. Say you cheat on her and you get temporary relief because you cheated on her, and then 2 months down the track, you're going to be in the same situation.
no, the moment
Yeah.
he cheats on her, it's all in the body language. Like, you know, he knows that when he's gonna go home, he's gonna be meet with this fucking face and he's gonna feel bad, you know. And the moment
Oh,
he
of
goes
course,
home, he's
100%.
meet with the fucking face and he doesn't feel bad, you know. She's gonna instantly know that something happened.
He's
Yeah.
gonna regret
There's
it.
no hiding
He's
it.
gonna regret it.
Well,
thing is,
even if he
with-
doesn't, even if
with
he
that-
doesn't regret it, if he cheats on her a couple months later, the problem isn't solved. He's still in the same position he was before he cheated. Even if he's
If not worse, it's not even the same position as well,
the
because
thing is,
he's gonna
worse.
the reason he's gonna feel bad is because the situation is at the same point, but even worse now, because now he's done something behind her back, something to lose her trust, and so it doesn't help their relationship move forward.
It
The thing
didn't
is,
fix
even-
the
even though
problem,
they're-
it's the inevitable, basically.
even though the relationship is already rocky and has been rocky for a long time, the only problem it seems that he's really having is his sexual desire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, which
I
cheating
wouldn't-
falls, which is bad.
I wouldn't say that he's his only problem, because that would simplify it to you're not giving me sex, and that's like, because obviously there's a lot more issues going on for her not to be doing that with him. So they're obviously been fighting a lot. They're obviously not connecting. Therefore, they're not being intimate with each other. So
Yeah, but
like, because what we could say, he could say, okay, you weren't doing this, so I went and did this, I went and cheated on you, and then she holds that because she's like, well, you cheated on me, which is why now I don't want to do this and that, like, as if anyone's going to like be able to find a positive kind of outcome with that kind of negative negativity in the relationship.
But like if you're a guy, you understand the medium between like the once that sexual frustration is gone with, there's so much you don't care about. Not that you actually genuinely don't care, not in that sense, but emotionally speaking, you feel free.
Yeah.
Post clarity, yeah.
Like if you're a guy, you know what it feels like to feel emotionally like completely boundless, completely careless about anything because you
In
receive
my
that emotional
prime
freedom.
years, I used to be a fuckboy.
That
I know
isn't
exactly
it,
what
like, 'cause I've spoken with many guys before too, and they say like this type of feeling is very like fleeting. It's like it's something that so because you know in movies or like Friends they'll say, oh, if you want to get over your ex, get under somebody else. And I've had guy
not a
friends
good-
that have went and done that, and then it
get
felt
worse.
good at the time, and then after that they were like, oh, now I don't like. Now I don't feel good anymore. Like I probably shouldn't have done that because it was just
in a way
like
you
I really want my I
Yeah,
really
you want
want
what
who
you
I
can't
really
have,
want is my
in a way.
ex, and it didn't make me feel better.
Yeah,
So-
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you
It's
want
just
what
the
you can.
urge you need satisfied, and then after
Yeah,
it
it's
happens,
like a temporary fix
Relief.
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, you're gonna be stuck in a never-ending cycle of, you know, relapsing from that.
Mm.
yeah.
What are your friends like morals? Is he like a traditionally raised person, like the man is supposed to be the provider, the woman is this?
No,
Or is he more just like normal, just like people are
he's
people?
normal. He's progressive. He's the coolest guy I know. You know, it's just
Because
he's the wall.
because based off what she was saying, if he were to cheat and then boom, he feels that relief, and then that time period, passes away, and then all he left with what she's saying, that you feel a deep sense of grief and
body-
regret that you
I-
can't shake off of yourself.
My body, it's feeling like the worst that he has to resume to cheating, but
Oh,
he's not feeling well. He has this sexual energy. It's like
yeah, pent up.
it's like the sea has been already planted and it's been watering it ever since. You know,
God
it's not
damn.
going away.
Yeah, he's got to bust a nut, basically, to put it crudely.
The thing is, now that you say it that way, that sounds like, I don't know how to put it in the proper words, but it's a type of like let's say you go and have sex, you might still not have that sexual satisfaction.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it could be one of those too.
That's also what I'm telling him, that
That's
you
what I
want
was
this thing,
thinking.
but once you're gonna get it, it's not going to go away.
Yeah, because for some people, the only way they could satisfy that is that they need that emotional connection too. They need something that's built with that, and then boom, the explosion of love.
Don't worry, I got your back. You can
Especially
But
after
that's some people.
It's actually most humans, to be honest. Like, so, like, I think I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I thought that most people find it more like sex, the act in itself, more satisfying when you're connected to the person versus like someone that you don't know and you just have a one night stand.
For men, that's
like,
how you get the
sex
oxytocin.
is not as fulfilling, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not.
I think
that's why people end up wanting a long-term relationship. They do that because they might go through a lot of one-night stands when they're young, but they realize it gets quite boring. Like, they're like, this isn't fulfilling anymore. Like, I can get anyone I want. I can keep conquering, like, but it's not actually satisfying me anymore. Like, it's getting old. So then they find that an actual emotional connection makes the sex better.
What?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
I mean,
partially, yeah. I mean, everyone's different, but I get what you're saying. Some people establish that emotional connection with strangers, though, and it turns into the casual sex.
Yeah,
but they still feel that,
well, like,
that purity, that
like,
passion, that genuine.
Whatever it is, there's got to be like some kind of connection. Like, once you're connected with that person, it's because of that chemistry that you have with them.
You guys have to click, just it could happen over Pokemon cards or it could happen over McDonald's.
Yeah, it just has to be freaking like very genuine, I guess. I want to ask you, how old is your friend?
I mean, like, how like say you just met the person, as long as you've established some sort of connection with them, it could be like the best sex you ever had and you continue it on. But the reason it continues is because of that connection, not because it was just physical. Because if it's just physical, then it's like, oh yeah, I satisfied my needs and I can carry on and go to the next person.
Regarding the age, my friend is 32 and his girlfriend is 35.
Oh,
yeah. She's older than him.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
I
just like putting that emphasis. It's funny.
But I'm gonna fuck you up.
What she was saying, even though like, yeah, physical touch can matter a lot, and then if you don't have that mental connection, things can get boring really quick. So yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a smart person. I mean, she's a biologist. She finished biology,
So she finished school. She just.
Yeah, she finished her. She's a doctor, basically.
What's she worried about?
Well, to be fair, if she's 35, that adds a whole different dynamic.
What?
Yeah, but after 11 years, she never actually applied what she learned. So basically, she doesn't know anything now.
Oh, that's true.
Her mind basically vegetated for 11 years.
No, I mean, if she gets rid of the baby and they work things out, maybe they don't decide to have a kid for another couple of years. And then she's 37 and having a kid.
I don't know. I feel like...
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous. 37 and having a kid is dangerous.
37?
That's my point. Mentally, she probably also feels pressure being 35. I didn't know the 35 thing. Like, being 35, there's that extra pressure on it.
For sure.
Yeah, like, doesn't have a kid now, it gets more complicated.
Yep. It's like, yeah, that's so true, actually.
That I didn't think of.
Man, so many factors to consider. It's funny. We're just sitting.
If they break up, she's gonna basically. I think she's gonna.
This random couple we don't know about.
Fucking difficult situation, my friend. Difficult situation.
I mean, there's also the factor that it's not the 1400s anymore, and it's 2023. And most people that do break up nowadays, they just move on and they do find new people.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, when you're 35 and you find another person who's also 35, things are already set in stone. You know what you're looking for.
No. I hate to be crude. Break up with her, get back onto his life, spend 5 years getting his shit together, and hook up with a new chick and start a family when he's 42 with no problems.
Yeah,
But
he still has time. I know some people, they had the baby when the father was like 45 or even 50.
What? What are we talking about?
Yeah, but she's 35, so there's the extra pressure of if I get rid of this baby the next time
basically, women they can have babies until they hit the menopause, but that's gonna happen.
It gets more dangerous because of their body.
Yeah, but it becomes more dangerous. That's the gimmick.
No. It's not more dangerous.
I feel like guys and girls. Sorry.
No, not guys and girls. Wrong. It's not more dangerous for her. It's more negative effects on the baby. The older women.
Shit! The guy gonna have a deformed baby or.
I was gonna say is I feel like for guys and for girls, for both males and females, the older you get, it's just it's not great. It's
you're wrong.
Like to be an older father and to be an older mother, it's not saying maybe I'm generalizing. For a lot of people, like in general, more males and females would like to have their children ideally in their 30s than say their 40s and 50s. Like that's just norm. Like in general, people want to be a bit younger so that they can experience and it's like, you know, because they're more able to have that energy and that more life to give to their children and to raise their children, rather than when they get to middle age. Like it's just not as I don't think it's ideal for most people.
So I knew a friend when she talked about wanting a kid, she was 23. When she talked about wanting a kid, she was always like, I want to have a kid in my like mid-20s, my late 20s. I don't want to wait until I'm like 32 and 35 because I'm gonna feel like I'm way too old. And she was like super like on about it, and I was just like, oh.
Well, I think women tend to be more onto it than men. Maybe men are like, I can possibly have my child like later. So women start to think about children earlier than men. But in general, even men, there is a point where they get in their 30s, around their 30s, where they're starting to think about it because a lot of their mates are getting married, a lot of their, you know, and so when that starts to happen, they just start to I'm just saying they just start to think about a family. Like that's when whereas for a female, they might think about the family way earlier. But because, like, let's face it, in general, most women that their partner might be a bit older, like, so the male is maybe a few years older, so that's it makes sense that the females tend to think about like children when they're a bit younger than a male will start to think about it. So early 20s or mid 20s, the girl starts to and that's really the perfect age because like as you get older, it starts to get harder for us females to have kids. So after 35, your ability to have kids is reduced like quite a lot. Like 35, 36, 37, the quality of your eggs, everything, your biological clock is ticking.
My eggs?
So not only
your
that.
eggs, the quality of your eggs, of the girl's eggs.
Yeah, to be fair, I always just mean biologically. I was literally just meaning that. Not you're right. All the
quality eggs. What do you mean?
When my kid, I'm gonna be 60. I'm not gonna have the energy. So you're right. I wasn't meaning that. I was purely.
I have two.
I was gonna say,
just mute the guy.
Yeah, just mute the other dude. I was gonna say, not only that, but in a society level environment, when it comes to women and their age, the narrative is pushed more on women than it would be for men when it comes to getting older.
I know. In my country, females receive starting this year, all pregnant. I mean, all new moms, so to say, receive up to 6 months of free counseling. you know, just because just because a lot of them, there's been studies about it, and it's mandatory to receive counseling after giving birth because they can spiral in depression. They can spiral into anxiety. They can spiral in so many things that are gonna stick with them for the rest of their lives, you know. And
it's not well known that men have men have a biological clock too. So although there's all this like pressure that's on the females, that actually that what's sad is that not a lot of men are aware that their quality of their semen also starts to degrade with age as well. So it's really difficult. Like around it, and I think I read it's also around the same age as well. So 35. After 35, the quality goes down. So it can be hard for the guy as well to conceive. But like those factors aside, like that's why it's really good for the guy to get a younger female, because at least the chances of them conceiving are higher, right?
Well, just to clarify this, just while we're on this topic, just to be clear so we don't go in circles. The problem with girls is they are born with their eggs. So whether you're 10, 20, 30, a girl's eggs are 10, 20, 30 years old. That's why girls have problems. Because the age of their eggs is the same age as them. For males, that's really... Okay, well, school's doing really shitty job, you guys. So what do you mean that's a fact? For males, male sperm basically gets absorbed back into the system and gets replaced and turns into new sperm, I think every 48 hours.
What are you guys talking about?
As a male,
about girls.
but as a male ages, the quality of the sperm also declines.
I'm going to cover that. Like, what Glitter is saying is when guys turn 35, their testosterone goes down. So the production of their sperm goes down. So basically, it's not the quality of the sperm, it's their sperm.
The quantity of it.
The quantity, but also the quantity and the quality. But like,
no, it
not the quality.
It's not the quality. That's based on your individual health. So if the guy's in good health,
so the quality is for women.
That's why you have in vitro inseminating or something like that, where they inject it directly into the egg.
Sperm count is based on your testosterone level. So the sperm for a guy goes down after 35 if their testosterone.
When I was watching this documentary, maybe it was just they were talking. I don't know. This guy, the reason he couldn't conceive with his wife was his quality of his sperm. So I don't know whether it's to do like. I don't know.
It can be many reasons. He can shoot, but they can never reach where he can have
what
low.
I was trying to say is that a lot of men, unfortunately, aren't aware of that. Like that, their fertility will start to, reduce as they get older as well. Probably not as drastically as the females, especially at like age, like their the 35 mark, but definitely. When you start hitting 40, like
I mean, that's not
male fertility generally starts to reduce.
It's not something not
40,
that
45
advertised.
years. Sperm
It's not advertised that way. Some countries don't even have sperm banks, dude. So
your mustache is kind of cool, to be honest. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the mustache guy.
It's more based on their.
It goes hard.
So you're right, Glitter, but it's more based on the guy's personal health. So maybe health issues that affect his.
He could be smoking.
Have you seen Coach Mitch, bro? Because me and my brother's mother's sister's cousin, bro, told him that he has to come to the dentist with us to get our legs fixed tomorrow. And fucking, he was supposed to come out to dinner to fill out paperwork, and then we were supposed to go to the gynecologist to get our teeth fixed, but this motherfucker disappeared.
Anyways.
fuck.
You gotta
That's what I said, bro. That's exactly what I said. I said, fuck.
Yo, Tofu, man. You gotta ask this guy with the mustache what his opinion about that situation.
Oh my god, I don't want to say it all over again.
And then, I had to go through this whole thing because
We've been talking about it for like an hour.
boyfriend, bro.
I mean, I don't even know what to tell you guys.
Second story, man.
What would be a summary? I guess the summary would be the last part. Man, woman argue, relationship 11 years. He wants sex, no get sex. And
Things
should he
about
cheat?
cheating on them. There's a baby now.
There's a baby now. Now, should he cheat or not cheat? That's it.
She cheat,
That's
no
all we
cheat.
got for you.
So we speak cavemen.
Okay, my man wants to smash. The girl says no smash. Now there's the baby. Guy still wants to smash. Girl says no smash. Now guy wants to smash other people.
My take on this?
Should
be upfront about it. So,
okay,
you're not gonna smash. I'm gonna find someone to
I'm
still gonna love you, but I need to get my.
This guy who's playing that over and over is like some type of
my Walker.
Problems going on than just the fact that Coach Mitch didn't show up.
I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
So my
It just
brother's
feels like
mother's
that
sister's
situation has
boyfriend,
no
bro, cheated
definite
on me.
answer. It only has.
And then I was
what route do you want to take?
upset, dude. And then he
That's
told
all
me to
it
go
has.
cry about it. So I went to the crying closet,
Okay,
and he fucking locked me in there.
Yeah, I think
5 up or something.
You can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. And I was like, I'm gonna call the police on
But
you.
for that situation,
And he told me he's gonna call the fire department
What
on
route
me.
are you willing to take?
And I was like, yo, that's out of pocket, bro. Because listen, we can go to the doctor together and go get these papers signed, and our legs fixed at the gynecologist, and we can get this all behind us. But instead, he just wanted to fuck with me.
I mean, if they decide to keep the baby, I told him try to be more positive. Even if
That's what I'm saying, dude. I was about to call the food services department.
Yeah,
and shit.
even if she's giving you these bad looks, you know.
I like to use food
side
stamps
eye.
to pay for my car bill. So
yeah.
But honestly,
food stamps is kind of like an underground.
he should,
money.
even though this might not have any
my car
effect
bill.
at all, and it might not do anything, he should start listening to positive affirmation type shit. As
No,
elevator
my
mode.
guy listens to
my
break
brother-
fast for
he
the
ain't
car all
listen,
the
my
time.
brother.
And it still does nothing, right?
He's gonna do whatever he's gonna wanna do.
Because I was gonna say,
Come here, you cutie.
You know, my
the main problem is her self-sabotaging what she has. So maybe when it finally departs, maybe that's when she'll realize, like, oh my god, what, I can't believe I didn't know what I had.
Yeah, Giga's a cutie,
because
bro.
I was so in my own
Sin City
bullshit.
was made
I
for
also
you.
told him the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario, you're gonna end up alone and you're gonna regret it.
Uncomfortable, man.
And there's no going back. No, you're gonna be all alone in a fucking room and you're gonna cry your face out, knowing that there's no going back. You know. And that's the worst thing that could happen. And
Yo, Kermit.
okay, you know,
Kermit, my brother.
Yes, Froggy, in conclusion,
You're stressing about your mate's problem. You know
like,
that, right,
cheating
my brother?
Is gonna be a,
yeah,
cheating is going to be a
my best friend.
You're stressing, but he's gonna do whatever he wants.
I know he's gonna do whatever he
Exactly.
wants.
So why are you stressing about it?
Because I don't want my body to suffer. I'm trying to, you know, even if I can do the smallest thing about it, I'm still gonna do it, you know. So
yeah.
If I can give him positive affirmation, well, I'm gonna give him positive affirmation.
Yo, Char, what else do you have to say? I feel like you got something else to say. Let me hear it.
No, I've been in this call I've been in this call for half an hour. I ain't getting none of that shit. I was like the baby, then this, that. I don't know what the fuck happened in the beginning of the relationship. Like, I missed out on a whole bunch.
That's all I gotta say.
Just keep it quiet.
Well, I guess, Froggy, me and Glitter's advice is pretty similar. Like, him banging somebody else is a band-aid situation, and he's going to be in
what Glitter was saying.
Track. So he's got to figure out what he wants to do.
I was a fuckboy, so I told him, dude, once you get a lot of pussy, you're gonna stop thinking about it, like, forever. Like, it's not, it's overrated.
I feel like since it's so long,